Hello, friends. As my canoe glides along the Tigris, I spot something glimmering in the riverbank silt. I row closer and scoop it up. A tiny, intricately carved cylinder seal, once used by a Mesopotamian merchant to stamp his goods. The delicate etchings of mythical creatures and divine symbols still shimmer faintly in the sun. And just like that, I'm reminded of the incredible artistry of this civilization, an art form that has survived the sands of time. Let's start with pottery, the bread and butter of Mesopotamian craft. You couldn't walk 2 steps without tripping over a clay jar or a storage pot. Farmers used large clay vessels to store grain, while smaller pots held dates, wine, and honey. And while some pottery was purely practical, others were decorated with beautiful patterns and painted motifs. The Sumerians loved adding geometric designs and floral patterns, while later Babylonian potters went for more elaborate carvings and glazes. But the real showstoppers were the cylinder seals. These were small, barrel-shaped stones carved with intricate images and cuneiform inscriptions. When rolled over wet clay, they left behind unique patterns, basically the Mesopotamian equivalent of a signature. Imagine signing your emails with a miniature masterpiece. Fancy, right? Some seals depicted gods and mythical beasts, while others showed scenes of daily life, like farmers plowing fields or musicians playing lyres. And speaking of lyres, Mesopotamians were quite the musical bunch. Artisans crafted lyres and harps with delicate inlays of lapis lazuli, gold, and mother of pearl. The famous Lyre of Ur, discovered in the royal cemetery of Ur, was decorated with a golden bull's head and dazzling shell inlays. It's believed that musicians used these instruments in religious ceremonies, filling the temples with melodies that echoed through the ziggurats. Now, let's talk about sculpture, because Mesopotamians loved their statues big and bold. Temples were adorned with imposing statues of gods and rulers, their eyes inlaid with glowing stones like lapis lazuli, making them appear almost otherworldly. The statues of Gudea, a ruler of Lagash, are some of the most famous, depicting him with a calm, serene expression, dressed in a long robe inscribed with cuneiform texts. These statues were symbols of power and devotion, meant to impress both mortals and deities alike. But the true masterpieces were the reliefs and wall carvings. The Assyrians, in particular, were known for their stunning bas-reliefs, massive stone panels that decorated their palaces and temples. These carvings often depicted battle scenes, royal hunts, and divine ceremonies with astonishing detail. You could practically see the arrows flying and the lions roaring. And let's not forget jewelry and metalwork, because Mesopotamians loved their bling. Artisans crafted elaborate necklaces, bracelets, and earrings from gold, silver, and precious stones. The famous Queen Puabi's jewelry, found in the royal tombs of Ur, included gold leaf headdresses, lapis lazuli beads, and intricately designed rings. Let me tell you, this woman could have outglammed any modern-day celebrity. As I drift along the river, I imagine the Mesopotamian artisans at work, the potters shaping clay on their wheels, the stonecutters chiseling intricate designs, and the jewelers carefully polishing golden beads. Their creativity and craftsmanship didn't just beautify their cities, it left behind a timeless legacy. But Mesopotamians weren't just artists and craftsmen, they were also fierce warriors, masters of tactics and weaponry. In our next episode, we'll explore Mesopotamian warfare, from chariots and spears to the brutal tactics that helped them build and defend their empires. Don't miss it.